All right, Shalom. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, and a salute to the hopeful elect. This is Ashan coming at you with another video. And I wanted to go in on how the Spirit was on me, and I was thinking, right? And a thought came to me, and I said, you know what? The Lord is going to give us our land back. We, as the Israelites, we are the true biblical Israelites. And the Lord promised us He's going to deliver us. Lord willing, we are the elect. You know, we the elect. Lord willing. So that means we're going to get our land back. We're going to inherit this whole earth. This whole world is going to be ours, right? But we still going to get our land back. So the Lord is going to, the Lord going to bless us, you know, because we going through this turmoil. We're going to really appreciate what the Lord has given us, you know. So we're going to get our land back. So I thought about it. I said, you know what? We might even, to get a little deeper, we might even get our land that we had in our past lives, you know, because going all the way back to the time of Moses, you had family and families of generations and generations, you know, the elect, you know, certain families that went into Israelite families that went into the land when we was coming up out of Egypt, and they kept their same land inheritance, the same lot, actually, because that's how the Lord divided it up as lots. We had our actual lots, you know, and then it was passed down to this son and this son and that son and this grandson. And then by the time you around the time when you ready to come back, the Lord probably just sent you back in that just same family line, and you was right back in that lot. Now, other things happen during history, like, for instance, you know, you had people selling, you know, land to other Israelites, but for the most part, we kept that land for our heritage, for the Israelites, the 12 tribes. That land stayed within our nation, right? It stayed in our nation. And then only when the Lord driven us out of the land, that's when things start to happen. But the Lord, because the Lord don't change, right? The Lord never changed. When the Lord took it away from us because we didn't appreciate it, we went off. But He's going to give it back to us. You know, He had to whip our butts, so to say. He had to whip up on us, because you know how you do a child when they go off. You got to show them the rod. So that the Lord definitely whipped up on us, destroyed us, actually. And He's going to repair us. He's going to restore us. You know, He's going to fix us. And He's going to give back everything that He gave us in the first place. He's going to give it back to us. So, and I was thinking, right, and it's in the scriptures as well. Certain brothers might get the actual land that they had in their past life, right? So I'm going to go to the scriptures, right? All right, this is James chapter 2 and verse 5. It said, "Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not Yahweh chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith?" And yeah, we're considered the poor in this world, you know. The brothers that from the elders and apostles on down, we not no celebrities or anything. We might be, you know, celebrities in you know, the Lord's eyes, but this world, we don't care for this world, and this world pretty much don't care for us. You know, a damn video with a kitten or a puppy would get more views than, you know, the apostles on down, or the regular Akim. You know, like a brother like myself. I might get a couple views, and we ain't worried about views, but this is just an example to show you how this world perceive us. Here it is. We got this information for you Jakes, because this is your inheritance. But Jake don't even want to be who he is, who he's supposed to be. Jake want to be everybody else but who he's supposed to be, and that's a Hebrew Israelite. That's your heritage, and that proves that we're the Israelites, because all these other nations want to be us, but we don't want to be us. That proves, that's another, and Lord willing, I'll do a video on that. We fit the description. That's might be my next video, but anyway, going in, it says, Yahweh chosen the poor this world, rich in faith. And we got to pray for faith, every day. Ask the Lord to increase our faith in him. And it says, and hears of the kingdom which he hath promised to them that love him. So we are the hearers, because we the Hebrew Israelites. That land was given to us. We're the actual people, the biblical Israelites. We the ones that went through the wilderness, not these other nations. We the one, our king is Moses, the one that stood up and saw he didn't make it in the promised land, but when he came back as King David, he was in the promised land. You see? It says, but ye have despised the poor. Do not rich men oppress you and draw you before judgment seats? And that's going to come down. Some brothers going to go before the elites, about it before we get up out of this place. But we are oppressed in this world. These lousy ass jobs and so forth and so forth. Everything is kind of hard. But the Lord gonna give us rest. The Lord gonna give us our land back. And it even get on a deeper note. That's what this video is based around. We might even get our land of course, we're gonna get the land that we had in our past life, because in our past life we were Israelites. That's what the Bible is speaking of. Us is us. So let's go to Ezekiel Chapter 47, and I'm going to start at 13, right? It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, this shall be the border whereby ye shall inherit the land, according to the 12 tribes of Israel. Joseph shall have 2 portions, and ye shall inherit it, one as well as another, concerning that which I lifted up my hand to give it unto your fathers. And this land shall fall unto you for an inheritance. So that land is our inheritance. So if we are them people, which we are, which I fully believe, we the ones that were in that land, and the Lord is going to give our land back as an inheritance. The same actual land you had in your past life. It says, and this shall be the border of the land towards the north side. And I'm just reading, this part to show you that the Lord had actual borders. You see what I'm saying? Like it says, verse 15, and this shall be the border of the land towards the north side, from the great sea to the way of Hethlon, as men go to Zedad. Okay, reading on, it says, let's go to Genesis, right? Let's go to Genesis chapter 13 and verse 15. It says, for all the land which thou seest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seeds forever. See, so the Lord, not only did he give us that land, but he gave us that land forever. And forever means a long time. So if he took it away from us and he said he was going to give it back to us, then that's really our land. I'm saying that's our land. That's still our land. Even now, while those heathens are in our land, it's still our land, you know? And, the prophecy says the Lord going to destroy that land as well, but he's just destroying it because it's filthy right now. That's the only thing, but it's still there. These heathens had went in there, and sometimes in order to cleanse something, you have to like burn it and then do it all over. Burn it down and build it right back up. So that's our land forever. So that's we the Israelites, and for those people that don't understand about reincarnation, how high is you an Israelite if you wasn't in the past? You see what I'm saying? How is you an Israelite now if you wasn't one in your past life? You see, how is you going through? But the way of the world, they're not going to get that part. You see, so that's a blessing in itself to understand about regeneration, because that's you coming back because what you did in your past life. You're not going to pay. You don't pay for your father's sins, but guess what? In a way, you do. You know why? Because you were your father's in the past life. So you're paying for your own sin, just like Yahushua had to pay for what he did when he was Solomon. The stripes of many men. Solomon died as an old man, but you know what? He got those stripes when he came back as the Savior. So we in Genesis, right? Let's go to Numbers. Let's go to Numbers chapter 34, and I'm going to start at 13. And it says, and Moses commanded, I'm looking at 12. I'm like, okay. Let's read 12. It says, and the border shall go down to Jordan. Yeah, so this, basically the Lord is, like I was saying before, he gave us boundaries, divided the lands. And verse 12, let's read it. It says, and the border shall go down to the Jordans, and the going out of it shall be at the salt sea. This shall be your land with the coast thereof round about. So, all right, verse 13, it says, and Moses commanded the children of Israel, saying, this is the land which ye shall inherit by lot. See? So back then, we had lots. We got assigned lots back then. Like, this is your inheritance that you're going to live in. Your children, your grandchildren, your children. So that was passed. That's how we did it back in the day. And if you wanted to, you could buy some land somewhere else, but for the most part, we stayed in that land. And then you had lots like back then. How a lot, you could put many houses on it. You could tear down a house and build another house. These wasn't no lot. These wasn't no little skimpy little lots. Like no 1 acre. It might have been like 100 acres. That lot might have been, it was different sizes according to the Lord's portion. That lot might have been 40 acres. So if you wanted to, you could build a house right there. So that house right there probably been in your family for generations. You said, I want to remodel this house, or you went right here. Let's put a house over here by the water. Build that up for your son. You see, because back then we built our house. We ain't had this mortgage crap like they do today. Mortgage just means a death note. We had land, and we lived off that land and was rich off of that land. That land, man, that's a whole nother video. But you just didn't live in just one house for generations. No, you had that land. You could build multiple houses on that land, or you could build a house way over here, and that's still your lot. That's still your land. That's why I said some brothers might get their house, or their land back, their lot back, The same one they had in one of their past lives when we were over in that land, going back over 2,000 years ago. So you got, you know, don't just think inside the box. Think outside the box. This is, so where I was at. Yeah. Let's start again. It says, and Moses commanded the children of Israel, saying, this is the land which ye shall inherit by lot, which the Lord commanded to give unto the 9 tribes and to the half tribe, for the tribe of the children of Reuben. You know, just going in to how the Lord divided the lands, just to give you a bigger scope. It says, for the tribe of the children of Reuben, according to the house of their fathers, and the children of Gad, according to the house of their fathers, have received their inheritance, and half the tribe of Manasseh has received their inheritance. It says the 2 tribes and the half tribe have received their inheritance on this side of Jordan, near Jericho, eastward, towards the sun rising. Hey, so some people had some Israelites had their lots face. It says, look, towards the sun rising. Imagine that. So you had a whole bunch of land, seeing the sun just come up and rise. That was prime real estate right there. It says, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, these are the names of the men which shall divide the land unto you. Eleazar the priest, and Joshua the son of Nun. Yeah. So these were Levites. All right. And then look, if you go into it, which you brothers could read on your free time or some extra time. Verse 18, it says, and ye shall take 1 prince of every tribe to divide the land by inheritance. So this is going into how they was dividing the land. Like, hey, this is your land, brother, right here. This is your land for your family. You know, hey, this is your land for you get all this. Hey, yeah, that was beautiful. Just think how beautiful that is. The Lord was giving us land, and you know how land, you rich because you live off of the land. You know, everything comes from the earth. And of course, you know, cattle, all that. Everything comes from the earth. So land, come on now. And it just right here, it just goes into the land, the names of, you know, the families. It says, verse 19, and the names of the men of those of the tribe of Judah, Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, and the tribe of the children of Simeon. You know, they was just dividing the land. And that's a brute. Hey, go into that, brothers, you know, on your spare time, read through. So I'm going to go to another scripture. Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 10, and I'm going to go to 21. It says, and this going into, I'm going to show you, this going into around the time of Solomon. And I'm going to show you how great we was living it up during Solomon's reign, right? We had our ups and downs, but as Israelites, this is a representation of the kingdom, how we're going to be living in the kingdom. So keep your faith. You know, I know times is hard right now, but hey, but this is 1 Kings chapter 10 and verse 21. It says, and all King Solomon's drinking vessels, and I'm just going into a portion on how, because Yahweh Shah said, hey, we're gonna be partners. We're gonna be ruling just like him, just like Yahweh Shah. You know? It says, and all King Solomon's, and we know King Solomon was Yahweh Shah in a past life. He said, and all of King Solomon's drinking vessels were gold. Imagine that. Let's read it again. It says, and all King Solomon's drinking vessels were gold. He drank out of gold cups. You know, you want to go and get a drink of water. You drinking out of a gold cup. And all the vessels of the house of the forest of Lebanon were pure gold. So Solomon that's how we're going to be living in the kingdom. We're not going to be drinking out of no paper cups. I mean, you can if you want to, but, you know, come on now. We're going to be living, man, this ain't living right now. This ain't living right now. We're just here. We're just surviving. We're doing the Lord's work. That's the main important thing. We're doing the Lord's work. We're doing what the Lord asks us to do. But in the kingdom, we're going to be living. This says, verse 22. No, I'm still on. Let's just read 21:0. It says, and all King Solomon's drinking vessels were gold, and all the vessels of the house of the forest of Lebanon were of pure gold. None were of silver. It was nothing accounted of in the days of Solomon. So silver was like paper. Silver was like, we were so rich and living it up so much that silver wasn't hardly anything. That's how much gold was going around in Israel at the time, especially, around Solomon. But if Solomon, which is our the Lord and the reincarnation, if he was living like that, of course, he gonna make sure the rest of the Israelites, because we his little brothers, he's gonna look out for us. So of course we was living it up as well. And it goes into that. How the regular Israelite was living like a king. It says, so let me see. Let's go to verse 22. For the king had a navy of Tarshish, was the navy of Haran. Once in 3 years came the navy of Tarshish, bringing gold and silver, ivory, and apes and peacocks. So King Solomon exceeded all the kings of the earth for riches and for wisdom. See, so that's living it up. I don't know how. Yeah, it says all the kings of the earth for riches and wisdom. So you can't get no better than that, basically. You can't get no better than that. Let's go down to verse 27 to further prove this point. It says, and the king made silver to be in Jerusalem as stones. So that's what we was talking about earlier. Silver wasn't nothing. Silver is, important. It is a valuable thing, but that comes to show you how great we was living, how much money we had in at that time in Israel. And we're going to get that back. That's my point, to show you that back during Solomon, that was a prelude to the kingdom. When we was living back then, that was us. That was us. We're going to get that back. You're going to get your land that you had in your past life back. Let's read it again. And verse 27, and King Solomon, and the king made silver to be in Jerusalem as stones. So that's my point. Not only, so I said, if the king was living like that, then the average Israelite was living like that. So that Solomon was living good. He made sure all the Israelites was living good, because it says, and the king made silver to be in Jerusalem, which we are Jerusalem. In Jerusalem, the Israelites were in Jerusalem. Jerusalem represents the Israelites. It says as stones. So to the average Israelite, silver was like stone. It says, and cedars made he to be as sycamore trees. So cedar is an expensive or foreign wood, right? Cedar is more precious or more valuable, I guess, than sycamore trees that are in vow for abundance. So that was my point. So let's go to Jeremiah, to close this out. This is Jeremiah chapter 16, and then we'll go to verse 15. It said, But the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the North America, from all the lands whither he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their forefathers. So we're going to get our land back that we had in our past lives. I'm going to read it again. It says, but the Lord, verse 15, but the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the land whither he hath driven them. And we were scattered. The Lord scattered us, but he going to bring us back. It says, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. And you are your father in your past life. You are your fathers coming back. So we're going to get our land that we had in our past lives. Verse 16, it says, behold, I will send for many fishers, and we are the fishers. You know, Lord willing, we are the elect 144,000, the brothers, starting with the elders and apostles on down. It says, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And which we doing when we going out on the highways and byways, when we make these videos, we fishing. It says, and after will I send for many hunters. And we're going to turn into hunters. Hey, we're going to get the kingdom. We're going to be hunting them down. We're going to be hunting these other nations down, because we're going to have them in servitude. Everything is going to switch. We at the bottom. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American man is at the bottom. But guess what? We're going to turn into hunters, and we're going to be at the top. It says, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. So, hey, we're going to be on top. The Lord going to give us our land back, and we're going to have that as an inheritance, and we're going to be forever, ever good in the kingdom. So I hope this is edifying to the body. Till again, shalom.